mic. Yeah. All I need is one mic. Yeah. All I need is one mic.
Hey everybody, welcome back to One Mic, and today I'm here to talk about episode 3 of Apple TV's limited series Presumed Innocent, entitled Discovery. They always say that all your business is going to come out during Discovery, and that's no different in episode 3 of Apple TV's Presumed Innocent. I keep coming back to Alan Sepinwall saying that this season felt elongated and like a snooze fest. And again, there's 5 more episodes left for that to happen, but as of right now, I'm not sure what the fuck he was watching. For starters, the task of filling 8 episodes is a lot easier when the episodes are about 40 minutes apiece. At no point have I felt bored during these first 3 episodes, or looked at my watch, or felt like it was poorly paced. Nothing. Yet, you have shows routinely trotting out episodes that are 60, 70 minutes long, where I'm looking at my watch at the 40-minute mark where this episode might be over, and seeing that there's still a half hour left. Like, the fuck? Some of the best shows struggle to fill an hour, so I'm pretty baffled at how this one bored him. But to each his own. I've said many times before, everything ain't for everyone. I include myself in that. There's a lot of stuff that's really popular that I don't like. It is what it is. However, as of right now, Presumed Innocent is really working for me. The acting is great across the board. Jake's crushing it. Rue's crushing it. The supporting cast, except for O.T. Fag Bentley, is crushing it. I can't deal with whatever that voice is that he's doing. Like, it's very much like, I don't know you could do this. The fucking lip sticking out and the fucking, I don't know what that thing is he's doing with his voice. I fucking hate it. But most importantly, the mystery is compelling, and we continue to learn new things each week that make it more so compelling. The episode opens with Rusty answering his "You were there, I saw you" text by attempting to call the sender. After getting no response, Barbara joins him outside to see what's going on. Alan Sepinwall. You gonna tell me this is a snooze fest when after Barbara comes out there and is like, what the fuck was that about? Rusty is forced to tell her that he fucked Carolyn on the night of her murder? That's high drama, Alan. I don't know how that's a snooze fest, my guy. Rusty takes this text to Raymond, who at this time still hasn't decided if he's even going to defend Rusty or not. And he's got his wife in his ear explicitly telling him not to. Now, for what it's worth, I don't think it's possible to both take the "you were there, I saw you" text seriously and still believe that Rusty might have committed the crime. Hey everybody, I just want to take a small break from this review to talk about the various other ways you can engage with me on other platforms. If you're so inclined, and I understand why you wouldn't, I am an acquired taste, but you can join the Patreon where you can get extra content like retro reviews, where I review old shows and movies to see if they still hold up today, Mike's Musings, where I talk about shows I'm watching that I don't cover on the channel, or Mike's VOD, where you can commission me to watch a show, which I will then review on the channel. And if you want to engage with me and chat with me more directly, I also implore you to join the Discord and follow the Facebook page. I set up channels in the Discord for all of us to discuss the shows I'm reviewing on the channel, and I also drop new videos in there since it's the easiest platform for me to share to from my phone. The Facebook can be really fun because I sort of live comment on shows I'm watching, often while under the influence, I'm not going to lie. And I'll also share news there, both about television and film, and about myself as well. So if you like my content, you want to be more engaged, you think I'm charming, or you simply want to show support, feel free to sign up for the Patreon or join the Discord or Facebook today. Links to all platforms are in every video description. Remember to share all my shit to your respective social media platforms. And now back to this review. Bear with me here. If Rusty killed Carolyn, he would be trying to disassociate himself from it altogether, right? Why would he send himself a text or have someone else do it that puts him there on the night of the murder? If Rusty didn't kill Carolyn, why would he send himself a text that puts himself there on the night of the murder? All that to say, we, and by we I mean Raymond, has to take the text seriously, right? Someone who is not Rusty or Carolyn saw Rusty there. That's either a witness or an alibi. Either way, it's important. The reason I did this little sidebar is because Raymond's wife clearly believes that Rusty did do it, and I think the existence of the text message alone kind of proves he didn't. And not proves like in the court of law proves, but just, you get what I'm saying. I feel like that's, if I'm just like casually, learning about this situation, I'm like, well, he wouldn't send himself a fake text. So anyway, it's worth looking into. I also loved how when Rusty started strategizing, Raymond said, "Let's wait for the facts to come in before you start crafting responses." I thought that was a great line. Rusty looked really guilty in that moment. Rusty later gets another text from the same individual with a meeting location, and when he arrives, we learn that the texts were from Carolyn's son that Rusty didn't know about, that we learned about in episodes 1 and 2, or 2, I should say. He says that he was there, the son, and that he has pics and vids of Rusty being there, and that he's already turned them over to the DA. That's going to become a big fucking deal in a moment. When both sides are in front of the judge, both sides being the prosecution and the defense, and Tommy, that's the lawyer, and Nico is I think he's the DA, the OT Fag Bentley's character. They're laying out all the evidence that they have against Rusty. Raymond's like, "Oh, so you got all the evidence here, right? You're not holding anything back, like, I don't know, pictures of videos of Rusty at the crime scene. You don't have nothing like that, right?" I was like, man, you really caught these motherfuckers in a lie. And the judge was not having it either. I loved it. I'm really liking how the show is playing up the personal vendetta between Tommy and Rusty. And I kind of hope in these 5 remaining episodes, they spend some time explaining why Tommy clearly has it out for Rusty to this degree. Like, he really fucked himself by lying to the judge like that and by underestimating Rusty and Raymond. Even that one detective, she calls out, excuse me, that they really just want Rusty to be guilty, and how it's ludicrous that they're not even entertaining the fact that Carolyn was hogtied like that other victim. Then, to follow up the great scene of Tommy and Nico getting embarrassed in front of the judge, we get another great scene, the one where Rusty tells his kids about the evidence that they have on him. Crushing scene, man. And a crushing scene that Jake Gyllenhaal crushed himself. Like, trying to emphasize the circumstantial nature of the evidence while also trying to downplay, saying things like, they'll try to say I'm obsessed with her because there were a lot of text messages. Like, you gotta try to downplay that aspect of it while playing up the circumstantial nature. It was a tough move for Jake, but he knocked it out of the park. Or how he was like, she was hogtied like another victim that really only me and Carolyn knew about, so they're gonna make the case that I was in a unique position to make it look like someone else did it. Like, man, like, I'm pretty sure I talked about that in my video last week, but regardless, even if I didn't, I love that part because I definitely thought that, and I love that as a twist of sorts on how, generally speaking, when 2 victims are killed in the same unique way, that does tend to suggest that the same person killed both people. But with this situation, and Rusty's unique knowledge and positioning within it, it does give you that extra juicy layer of, he would know how to do this. So the question I think we should all be asking ourselves is, who else would know about that hogtied person and could use that to set up Rusty? That is, of course, again, assuming that we all believe that Rusty didn't do it. My immediate guess, his wife. She has the best motive, especially if she already forgave him for cheating with Carolyn the first time, and then she finds out he was doing it again after like a year. And then also, she would theoretically know about the other hogtied victim. It's not a stretch to think that Rusty talks about cases with his wife. So, I don't know. But here's the most important clue. The show did one of the most overutilized methods of foreshadowing that you can do. They were subtle with it to a degree, but they did it nonetheless. I had already been rolling around the idea of his wife being the murderer anyway in that episode. So when this moment came, I correctly predicted what was going to happen. And for me, that was also confirmation that his wife is the murderer. So when Rusty is talking to Maya Winslow, that's the black female lawyer that's working with Raymond, he says the line, "Whoever did it is having a good fucking laugh watching me go down for it," or something to that effect. I said out loud at my TV, they better not cut the Barbara laughing. Sure enough. Now, she wasn't laughing, but Rusty's like, whoever did it is having a good fucking laugh, and they cut to her, and she's smiling, and she's watching her son pitch. But, I mean, again, whoever did it is having a good fucking laugh, cut to somebody laughing. That's it right there. Then they'll probably make some other people look guilty, just like they did at the end with having his son be in the photos, especially having his son be in the photos after suggesting that Rusty plead guilty to manslaughter. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure Barbara did it at this point. There's one little minor complaint that I have about this episode. It was the scene where Barbara and that bartender, I think he was on Insecure, they were flirting. and then Raymond's wife later encouraged her to fuck that bartender. Like, look, if you believe that your husband murdered his mistress, I'm not going to shame you for getting some dick on the side. But I also don't know why that necessarily needs to be a part of the show. My guess is that it doesn't, but it might. It might. Who knows? Maybe that bartender is going to get involved somehow with Barbara and either maybe help her cover up having murdered Carolyn, or maybe he'll do something to make himself into a victim. I don't know, but wouldn't that be wild if Rusty didn't kill Carolyn, but then ends up actually killing this bartender for fucking his wife after he got in trouble for fucking somebody else on the side? It'd be amazing. But anyway, let me know what you thought in the comments about this episode. Let me know what you think about my idea that Barbara is the killer. Let me know if you have another idea. Although, if you've read the book, don't let me know. I don't want to know any spoilers. So, until next week, peace.